The Health Ministry particularly, where they've given out clear directions to hospitals to carry out a message at the hospital premises on the safety guidelines issued by the Health Ministry. And these are the directives, if I could read it out: display of the state laws for healthcare workers' protection and relevant sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, along with punitive penalty details in all conspicuous places inside the hospital. In fact, they should be put out in local language as well as in English. And number 2, constitution of Hospital Security Committee and Prevention Committee involving senior doctors and administration officers to strategize and implement appropriate security measures. Number 3, regulation of access for general public and patient relatives to key areas of the hospital, restrict visitors pass policy for patient attenders' relatives. Sneha Murdani, who's tracking that story for us, joins us live. Sneha, please break it down for us. We're looking at the Health Ministry now, demanding all hospitals to put out clear directions of what the laws say in all areas of the hospital in both local and English language to ensure it acts as a deterrent and in a way for people to follow those guidelines.
Well, absolutely, and this really is a need of the hour because the National Task Force is doing what it can, and that report is going to take a while. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has stepped in. As we speak, Nabila, there is a meeting which has been conducted by the Health Ministry, and the state DGPs, remember, are also involved in this along with the Chief Secretaries, which means complete compliance is what is expected to ensure that all of these directions are followed to the T. Given that, like I said, the NTF is going to be taking a while to file its own set of recommendations. You took our viewers through some of those guidelines, but this is in tandem with what is being demanded by the doctors, not now but for a while now, and this exactly is what the shelved central law had actually spoken about, the draft law, which is in fact constitution of an internal committee to look into cases or reports or complaints of sexual harassment. CCTV cameras, functional. This has been the key demand of the doctors from day one, Nabila, if you'd recall. Security patrolling in the hospital premises and also additional security that has to be done or ensured at night. Remember, because these are hospitals that function 24/7. Given this incident, the horrific one from Kolkata took place in the wee hours of the morning on the 9th of August. And that's the reason why one of those points mentioned is that the security tends to deplete towards the night hours, towards the evening, and that is something that should be looked into. Now, these are directions that have been given to the state essentially to the chief secretaries of states, asking for compliance, and that the DGPs also should be involved in the compliance as well. A set of demands that have been made. Further on, we will see.
We also have Milind joining us for a little more on that. Milind, why don't you give us more on the guidelines that the Health Ministry has asked to put out for hospitals to be adopting this with immediate effect?
Well, Nabila, as what Sneha has just explained, I'll just add to it because what she was talking about was, safety and protection of doctors, especially female doctors in the night time. And, because night duties and this entire case of R.G. Kar Medical Hospital has happened in the night. So there should be a provision for safe movement of the resident doctors and nurses within different blocks and hospital buildings during the night duties, and ensuring that there is proper lighting inside the areas of the residential blocks. So this is not just the hospital, but the premises around the hospital, the hostels, the blocks of the residences and other areas that doctors are routinely taking their patrolling on. Of course, there has to be a routine security patrolling in all these premises during the night. Setting up of a 24/7 manned security control room also has to be there in hospitals, which sadly isn't there in many hospitals there. And they are saying that the internal committee on sexual harassment should be created within the hospital institutions as well. But Nabila, essentially, you and I both know these are some things that should have already been done by many state medical institutions, because something as basic as constitution of an internal committee on sexual harassment should be there in every medical institution as well. But you know that the central government cracking down heavily on state, DGPs as well being involved here. So there is police involvement as well as involvement of medical institutional heads and staff to ensure that umpteen amount of protection is given to doctors who are doing their duties within hospital premises. And as Sneha also mentioned, a meeting on this will be convened on the Wednesday to discuss more aspects and make sure that all these guidelines are implemented as soon as possible.
All right. Well, we see that this is a quick measure that the government has come up with. But Sneha, if you're still with us, is there any word of that central law that doctors' fraternity have been demanding for in the country post the RG Kar rape and murder case? Is there any sight of that law coming into implementation? Sneha, if you're with me. All right, we seem to have lost a connection there, but there you have it. Word coming in from the Health Ministry about protocols to be followed to ensure that the list of rules that has been rolled out by the Health Ministry, all to be displayed at hospital premises, very clearly jotted down and to be put out in local and in English language. Sneha is back with us. Sneha, I was asking if there's any sight of the central law that the doctors' fraternity were demanding for on how it is imperative to implement this law now that was framed in 2019. It went through some amendments but was kept in the back burner. Any sight of that law being implemented? We heard assurances, but any word of that law being enforced?
Yes, Nabila, the thing is that the National Task Force is precisely going to do that, to look into the need for a central law, and that's the reason why the Supreme Court said that these are a set of demands. If there is a requisition for a law, let that requisition be met and let the demand be met. And that's the reason why the National Task Force already has had a meeting, is going to be looking into this demand of the particular central law that you're referring to. You're right about the fact that in 2019 it was drafted, but remember the Home Ministry had said that there is no need for a separate law for doctors because the other laws which are in fact inexistent and are in place to deal with incidents of this nature are in place, and there is no separate law which is needed. But that in fact law, that draft rather, was never even tabled. That particular draft was never even tabled in Parliament. Essentially, this is what the National Task Force is going to be looking into, whether now there is a need for a central law or not, and it really remains to be seen on whether this particular government again does a rethink after this incident from Kolkata, whether this government feels that yes, this is the time now to accept the suggestions of the NTF, if at all the NTF makes the suggestion that a central law indeed is the need of the hour.
Very much, Sneha, for joining us on that, and Milind for giving us the perspective. As we know, these are assurances going out to the doctors' community who've been very upset, up in arms, in fact, across India, demanding for safer workspaces for women. Particularly, we see this condition, though, let alone women, even men might not feel safe. In many of the government-run hospitals across the country, dimly lit, poor infrastructure, certainly needs a facelift. Let's just hope it begins here.